So I wanted to take a look at another few features in MyMathLab that I kind of hinted at in the first video. One of the kind of important features is course documents. So in my Math 033 classes, the course documents, meaning everything that I hand out in class, can be reached by clicking on this link here. And it's going to take you off-site kind of to a different page, but this is the Fall 12 course handouts. And you'll notice there's a whole bunch of stuff listed, but not a whole lot of links. That's because I've actually got some worksheets made, some previous worksheets made, but I'm probably going to make some changes and I'll add them to this list as we go. So for right now, you'll notice there's not a whole lot up there. There's the syllabus and there's the course pack. Now, if you want to download the entire 200 and some pages of course pack notes, you can, but it's a lot cheaper to buy the course pack in the store and have them printed out and 3-hole punch it already. The course syllabus, of course, is always there. So if you need to refer back to the syllabus, you can get to it. And then as we go, projects and, excuse me, unit by unit activities and worksheets and maybe even quizzes are going to get posted there. I'll also post things like exam reviews and the keys for the exam reviews. So this is a handy place or a handy link to be able to use. And you've always got access to it via course documents. The Instructor Info will take you to info about me, my website if you want to visit it, but it will also allow you access to my phone numbers and my office address. So in case you forget or you lose your syllabus, it's always right there for you on MyMathLab. A couple of other things that are on here that are worth playing around with. The Gradebook will actually take you to the gradebook for all the homework that you've been doing in the MyMathLab course. For right now, that's the way I've got it set up. Typically what I do after a couple of weeks, after people have started to turn things in and grades have come in, I typically make a link, or I just change the link here and send it to a spreadsheet. And that spreadsheet will be listed by code name, and I'll tell you what your code name is. And you'll be able to figure out what your grade is for the entire course, not just for the MyMathLab portion, which is all that's listed here for Gradebook. Statcrunch is another link that you might be able to play with. Basically, Statcrunch is it's like having Excel, but it's web-based. So it's a spreadsheet software that you can use with the website with your homework. And you're free to play around with it and use it. I don't require it for this class, but I do recommend trying it out and playing around with it. If you're familiar with Excel and you've used other software like that before, then it should be no problem for you. If you haven't, it's actually pretty easy to use, and you can actually be able to take a look at some data sets. You can take a look at tutorials and things like that through links that are on the MyMathLab course page here. A couple of other links that are worth playing around with. Multimedia Library. You've got access to a lot of videos and other things that are available multimedia-wise. So let's say you're working on operations and expressions and you want to take a look at particular animations, or you want to look at video lectures or videos or PowerPoint. You can actually search for these things on here, and the material that you'll find will help augment kind of what we're doing in class. That will probably help you a great deal. Again, this is totally and completely voluntary. I'm not requiring that you view any of these things, but you'll be able to watch videos and kind of get a sense of the material again. Different presentation. This is not me presenting this, but it's worth playing around with. Another thing you may want to check into, Pearson has tutor services, and I don't know much about it, but you can click on this to get access to kind of assistance, checking in assistance through Pearson. So that pretty much wraps up a general tour of the features of MyMathLab. You'll notice I'm not asking you to do lots of discussion boards or things like that. It's really just for homework and for practice. As I said in class, there's nothing you can do on MyMathLab that's really going to penalize you in any way. Doing your homework, obviously, you need to do, but everything that you can do on MyMathLab will only benefit you. So I encourage you to play around with it and send me an email if you run into something that you're not sure of. Worst case scenario, I'll write you back and say, yeah, have fun with that.